Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring a very special guest up here now, and you all know her today as the bride, Verna. A wonderful man, what a beautiful, beautiful lady, and you just look spectacular today. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you. Oh, wow, this is amazing. I've been on a long journey, I feel. 4 years. I've met a lot of people. I've met some fantastic people. I've had a few little love lives. I found out in that course what I wanted, what I didn't want. I went to see a counselor, and she said to me, Verna, I'll never forget what she said. She said, Verna, it's all about you now. It's what you want. What is it that you want? And so I thought about that for a long time. And through my journey from being a country girl, moving to Winnipeg, starting a new life, and meeting new people. And I have so many people to thank for that today, like so many. Probably all of you in here. There was a time that I thought that maybe I did not want to live again when I went through my divorce. But there were people that were instrumental in making me feel and giving me my life back and being there for me. And there's some people I want you to stand up today, and I want to thank you from the deepest of my heart. Ernie and Helen Kaler, please stand. When I felt that I was at the end of my rope, when I felt I couldn't go on and there was nothing left, she took a hold of me with my sister Trudy, who I want also to stand. And they developed a plan for me, and I won't go into it. But through that plan, I had to go through numerous things, many trials, many new adventures in order to gain back my health and more or less my sanity from the pain that had caused me from my divorce. And so in this course, I went through many, I went through many things. And I had a lot of people come visit me and encourage me, and it was just amazing, amazing, amazing. And even when I was by myself in Winnipeg, and there were times that, I remember one time I came from the lawyer's office and I had no money, and I was befuddled. And I went to Safeway and I was struggling, and I had to put a bloody quarter into these wagons, and I just thought, why do you have to put money into these things? I was so upset. And anyway, so along came this guy, and I just called him an angel out of heaven, and I have many of those, and he just came in and he put the quarter in the machine because he saw I was struggling in my purse, and he walked away, and I just thought, oh my goodness, what an angel. I mean, it just made it that much easier just to carry on my day, because I didn't have to look for that crazy quarter. Anyway, so yeah, then I went to adventures, and Ray and his wife was sitting there, and I had a lot of fun there, met a lot of people, just loved the dancing. I think it's a great thing you have here, Ray. I think it's amazing. So for people that need to go somewhere and find a place to be when they're separated or they get divorced. And yeah, and in that adventure I met Eduardo. And first of all, when I met him, I thought, you know, I met him at New Year's, and I was thinking, you know, it was at the end of the day, end of the evening, like he said, and I was kind of like, oh, well, whatever, you know. I haven't kissed anybody tonight yet. Might as well, when Paul introduced us, might as well kiss this guy. Like, what the heck? So I grabbed him and I said, Happy New Year. And he looked at me and said, Happy New Year. And he said, would you like to dance? And I said, absolutely. And then he started talking to me and I thought, oh my goodness, I really picked a good one. Like a guy that I can't even relate to. He's Argentinian, he's Spanish, like this. No, this is not going to work. This will not work. I know this. Forget this. So anyway, so he was determined though. So I think after 2 dates or something, we were sitting on our couch and I said to him, I said, Eduardo, I said, I know exactly what I want in my life. I said, I've got a whole list and I'm going to tell you my whole list. And I said, you gotta love me, you gotta love my children, you gotta love my grandchildren, you gotta take the whole package, otherwise forget it, go home and don't ever come back. So that was probably the second date. and I just thought, and I really didn't care. Because I remember my therapist saying to me, what is it that you want? And this is exactly what I told him. This is what I want. And I have to have it in my life, otherwise I won't have it. And anyway, he was pretty determined to pursue me. And the most wonderful thing, ladies, is that I had some doctor's appointments, and he got all concerned. He gets more concerned than I do. Anyway, he's like, well, you know, we got to go to the doctor. Well, okay, so he comes to the doctor with me, and we're sitting in the office, and he says, what? I'm coming in with you. I said, you're coming in with me? I never had anybody come into the doctor. Oh no, I'm coming in with you. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm sitting, and we're sitting in the doctor's office, and the doctor's explaining some personal things and all this stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, yeah. And he says, yeah, Verna, it's just menopause. You know, women go through that. That's what we do. About menopause than I did. But I think at that moment, when I found how caring he was and how he cared about how I felt and how I was feeling and how he had the patience to deal with me and the stuff I was going through, I think that's when I really started falling in love with him, because he never stopped. He never stopped caring. He still hasn't. He's still very much like, you know, whatever I said in the beginning I wanted, he's just followed through. He plays with my grandchildren. He wants to teach them all Spanish. And he loves my kids. He has no problem if they come over. He'll cook for them. He does amazing things. Just an amazing, amazing guy. So, I love you, Eduardo. And thank you to my family and I also, another thing, I have met an amazing, I have another 2 daughters there. They're not my real daughters, but we have had some amazing fun, and they are just a great bunch of girls, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, and they've accepted me, and that's the biggest part, is to accept somebody and into the family.
It's like not too hard.
So, thank you very much.
I want to add some things that Verna said about the communication we have in the beginning. So she didn't understand nothing what I say.
I kept saying, what?
Did you stop asking or you understand now?
No.
I'm still saying what?
So this is what she's still asking. But that I want to say that we, in 1.5 years, we incorporate 3 more words at least in English. So we can understand better each other. It's companion, passions, and love. Love is the more important word. So we understand each other.